bathroom. Today, I'm gonna show you a super easy technique for beachy waves that you can duplicate with your flat iron. If you're new here, welcome in. Be sure to like, subscribe, unsubscribe, just like who cares. I post new cheap tricks for you every single week, twice a week, Wednesday and Sunday. All you're gonna need to get started is some hair and a smoothing iron. Now, you don't have to have a super fancy smoothing iron. I'm gonna link a similar one to this one below and a cheaper version from Amazon that's under $30. And to be honest with you, if I didn't work in a salon, I would not have a super fancy smoothing iron like this because the $30 version works just as well. I'm gonna show you slowly how to do this with the iron off. That way I don't burn my hair off. So we start by taking medium-ish subsections. You don't want them to be too thick and you don't want them to be too thin, if that makes any kind of sense. Anytime we're in our hairline, we want our curls to go away from the face. So to start, because this is the hairline, we're gonna take our flat iron, smoothing iron, whatever, at the root, clamp it down, and we're going to do one turn here. Do you see that? And you're going to drag this down at a diagonal. You're not going vertical. You're definitely not going horizontal. You're diagonally dragging it down. This is gonna create a loose wave versus a spiral staircase. All the way till you get to the ends. When you get to the ends, you wanna let go. You do not want to curl your ends because that again is gonna create a spiral effect. Now let's do that with heat. We have a loose wave. Now we don't want to touch this after we curl this. We want to let it set because we're going to refine this and brush this out to make it looser at the end. Now moving forward, you want to take another subsection about the same width and we're going to curl this the opposite way. We want to stagger these, so curl one away from the face and curl one towards the face and repeat, repeat, repeat. You don't want them all going the same direction because they'll eventually flow together and turn into one big curl and they'll look more uniform, more perfect. So instead of taking our flat iron this way, we're going to take it down and curl towards our face. Same method, dragging it diagonally down, you're just directing it towards the face. Pulling this baby down, leaving the ends out. There she goes, there she is. Thank you for joining us. Then we repeat. This one is away from the face. So I'm gonna show you one more time, just so it makes sense. We've got a middle-sized subsection, taking our flat iron, putting it in at the root, cranking it once, moving it down at a diagonal, pulling it fast but not super slow, leaving our little end out, and then you may have to run your fingers through it and kind of wring it around, especially if your hair is super long. Now again, we are not touching these. We are letting them set and cool. I'm gonna go ahead and move up the head, taking the same amount of sections or subsections, just kind of medium size. I'm gonna stop when I get to the top here. I'm gonna show you a really easy way to make sure that the bang area is flowing away from your face. Now, once we get to the top, you can take out your bang area. It doesn't have to be perfect, just whatever you got. Hold this straight up, take the iron, and you're going to do a curl. And you'll get something like this. And don't worry, that looks scary, but when we part this in the middle, it'll make one side go out and the other side go out, and it'll be really nice. Okay, and then we just continue up. It is a little hard to get used to, especially the curl pattern that goes towards your face. It's also harder for me to do this side because this arm doesn't work that way. Why? Now you should have a mess that looks pretty similar to this. We're gonna take a wide tooth comb. In a perfect world, I have one that's a little bit more spread out, but this is all I have right here. And we're gonna start to brush through this. Lightly just kissing this. Don't get crazy with this. If you have sea salt spray, that would be ideal, but I do not. So I'm gonna be using Powder Play by Sexy Hair, Big Sexy Hair. Can you see that? No. My camera keeps picking up Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Put this at the roots, and this is just a volumizing powder. It makes your hair feel dirty, literally look a little bit texturized, messy, but it does feel gross. Some of them need a little fine tuning, so you just go through any of these flat A1s. Tease this up to the Lord, ladies. Really expensive Tresemme Extreme Hold number 4. Get in there. Now we can kind of work on the bottom while we wait for that Tresemme to do its magic. And I like to take this brush. I actually got this at the Dollar Tree. It's just a boar bristle. This isn't boar bristle. This is a plastic bristle brush. And you kind of take random pieces and you want to go under, not over, ladies, under some of these, and that will fan them out. You can kind of wrap it with your fingers. You look like you need some help. My hair, not me. Ooh, that's smoke in there. Means it's working. Then I usually just flat iron the ends. I don't know why. And this may be too much curl, maybe. So if you see any parts that are too much, you can just lightly you flat iron over it to kind of tone it down a little bit so it's not so crazy on you. Kiss it with some Tresemme because why not? And then sometimes I take this wet brush. This is a detangling brush, but it's like the newer one. I don't know, I'll link it below because it's really nice. And I just brush this up if I'm wanting it to look extra messy. Like I don't want anybody to know that I just spent an hour doing this, because what kind of sense would that make? The back is good enough, but there you have it. Can you see the ends are nice and straight? It's a wave pattern. I'm going to the beach or going to my backyard to stare at a pine tree. A couple key points to remember. Just make sure that you're curling always away from the face in the hairline, and that you're alternating your curl pattern. So away from the face, toward the face, away from the face, toward the face, and not to touch it until the very end. That's when you can refine it, spray it with some sea salt spray or Tresemme, whatever you prefer, and have fun. You can't mess this up. You know, even if it doesn't look good the first time you do it, the next time it's gonna look better. And just anytime you make a mistake, just act like you meant to do that. And you meant to have your hair looking like total S. It's fine. It's just hair. It's supposed to be fun. Right, JT? All right, guys, that's it. Thanks again for joining me here in my bathroom. Make sure you like, subscribe, unsubscribe, dislike, who cares? I post new cheap tricks for you every Wednesday and every Sunday. I will see you next week for something cool. Something cool.